Hey everybody, it's your boy SergDragon, and welcome back to another edition of the Heavens Monsters Podcast. With me always is T-Money, King of Puppies. There you go. Talking about changing it to the Bronco Bowl. There's only one Bronco Bowl, motherfucker.
Brahma Bull.
Brahma Bowl. There's only one Brahma Bowl, motherfucker. You ain't him. You ain't him.
Okay.
You ain't him. He wants to change his name. The Brahma Bowl.
What do y'all think? Just tell me. Should I do it?
You ain't no Brahma Bowl. You a lion.
I can do the rock.
You a lion. You can't do the rock. You ain't no rock. You silly boy. Silly man, silly boy. Alright, well this time around we're going to do 2 episode reviews of Impact. April 5th and April 12th of 2019. So let's do it. Starting off with the 5th, we all got the sad leaving of Allie. Her character was killed off because she's going where?
To All Elite Wrestling.
AEW. That's going to be some sweet shit.
They're trying to get a TV deal with TNT.
Ooh, yeah, buddy.
Let's pray that they can get it.
In the meantime, the day starts off, or should I say the show, starts off with well, what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6-man Division Scramble match. It will be a match that literally has nothing. There was no X Division title on the line, no number 1 contender for the X Division title. It's just X Division Scramble just for them to show off who they are. And it would happen in the home of Petey Williams, who wanted to take part in that match and ultimately won that match.
A TNA veteran himself.
So that's good on him. Next up, we would have a match with OVE Sami Callihan and Madman Fulton versus...
Everything.
Oh, shit. You screwed it up. You shook it. Do it again.
Everything.
Everything. Everything. You got it. You got it, time, eh? 1, 2, 3. Everything. Everything. That's how you do it. There you go. We got it right the second time. Actually, the third time if you count. You flipping the phone, shaking the table. Anyway,
With no camera though.
it's Dave Chris is backup for them. They would fight against X Division champion Rick Swann and Willie Mack, and ultimately, sadly, thanks to their teamwork, OVE won. That sucked. They then would go on to assault Willie Mack and Rick Swann, if not for the assistant of Tommy Dreamer.
The hardcore legend himself. The innovator of violence. The former ECW World Champion.
Backstage, interviewing Johnny Impact would be interrupted by Killer Kross after his help attacking Brian Cage the week prior. It would be Killer Kross asking for a number 1 title shot. And he said that he would get it. But they didn't release a date. So, Rosemary would then be running through, but that don't make sense. Lurking within a graveyard is a better term. And finding Allie's grave. Saying that she was going to make things right. That this was her fault. And she would take vengeance. So, we'll see. Madison Rayne versus
Jordan Grace.
Jordan Grace. That's right. Courtesy of them interviewing Taya Valkyrie. Taya Valkyrie puts it in their 2 heads that if they want to fight for her title, that she's not going to be a fighting champ because that's where it got her husband. Always getting assaulted and attacked over and over. So she would have those 2 fight, and it would come out as, if I'm correct, Jordan Grace beat Madison Rayne and earned herself a number 1 contendership. After the match, Knockouts champion Taya Valkyrie attacks Jordan Grace, and gets the upper hand when her husband, Johnny Impact, comes in and literally helps her out, attacking a woman. Paige comes down, and ultimately Taya is used as a shield, but Jordynne Grace helps out, and ultimately now we have a match scheduled 2 weeks prior for Jordynne Grace and Brian Cage to fight the husband and wife of Johnny Impact and Taya Valkyrie. Both Impact Wrestling champion and Knockouts champion. That's going to be interesting.
Yeah, but I like it when I used to watch Impact, I was digging the Valkyrie thing that Taya had.
Also, he didn't have a match yet, but it would Josh Alexander, who would publicly be known that he is now on Impact with his former Canadian tag team partner, Ethan Page, All Ego, as he's also known as, and they would make them intentions known to compete for the tag team titles. Or at least going for it. Raju versus with Gama Sane versus and Ra Shang. Oh, this is the other person, the old man. Versus Falaba. Thanks to some cheating, Falaba lost the match. So the Dizzy Hit Squad got a win, basically. And while they were gaining up on him, guess who would show up? None other than Scarlett Bordeaux. What she got? The king of puppies. There you go. And ultimately, she would use the hip attack, pulling up her thong or panties or whatever to show off them cheeks and hit him with the hip attack. I thought she was going for another stink face. Nope. She's paying homage to the sumos.
Rikishi.
We also got newcomers coming soon called the Deaners. Bunch of redneck tag team. So, him and his brother, I don't know what they're about. I think I've seen them before, I just don't. We'll see. Eli Drake and Eddie Edwards versus LAX. Ooh, that's right. LAX would lose the match thanks to the interference of Kenny, the kendo stick. So when the referee isn't looking, they use the kendo stick. After the match, the brawl between LAX and Lucha Brothers continues in the ring. That means they got jumped. Lucha Brothers put Santana through a table as they prepare for Full Metal Mayhem with the tag team titles on the line at Rebellion. So that's it for the 5th. We'll move on to the 12th of April. Be right back. And we're back. April 12, 2019 review for Impact Wrestling. Let's go. On a brand new episode. We would start off with Moose versus Wint from the Rascals, along with his tag team partners Den and Trey. Courtesy of the fact that the Rascals previously made fun of the Moose when he was shot down by I forgot her name. Damn. She's one of the announcers in the back, and she's known for Lucha Underground. But she would turn down Moose flat out while he was wearing his pink suit. So ultimately, he's still pissed that they made that remark, saying that he got turned down and all that.
So he wearing a pink, like a pink suit, like
tuxedo.
He must look like a bottle of Pepto-Bismol.
They called him a chocolate Pocky or chocolate covered strawberry, and he punched the dickens out of him. I'll be soon uploading that to Tumblr. I finally got around to it, having to rest this crazy few weeks I've had, so I was able to upload some videos on Tumblr. Yay! Anyway, with that, it would be Moose who defeats Wint from the Rascals, and that sucks. After United We Stand event on Fight Network, and the Fight app, the TV app, it would be clear that, yes, like we said before, Rob Van Dam is back in Impact Wrestling. But he's not going to wrestle unless it's an event for right now because his contract is, by the looks of it, part-time. He's not showing on the show, regular show on Pursuit Channel and on Twitch yet. Backstage, Tessa Blanchard confronts the returning Madison Rayne, and they go head-to-head in a singles bout that match, that night. Now we have Sooyoung versus Rosemary. Here's the problem. During that match, Sooyoung would have her bridesmaids come into that match, and you would think that Rosemary would be outnumbered, but here comes Kiera Hogan, aka by Rosemary nickname that she gave her, Firefly, on account that she's known as Fire on Women of Wrestling, aka WOW Wrestling. It would be troublesome because Rosemary was constantly telling her that this is none of her concern. And ultimately, Sooyoung would get the win, if I'm correct. Okay. Oh no, the match was considered a no contest. There's no... Yeah. Ends in a no contest. I called it. Because I didn't see defeat. And as you can see, Rosemary would be attacked by Sooyoung while her bridesmaids, corpse braids, what do you would call them, would be holding...
Dead brides.
Yeah, dead bridesmaids. Would hold Kiera Hogan down while they make her watch. That sucks. In addition to that, Willie Mack is in the stairwell prepping up for something. He didn't wrestle that night, though, by the looks of it. But Killer Kross in his suit would sit right next to him and telling him, putting thoughts in his head, saying that Rick Schwann is actually using Willie Mack. That he needs to think for his future. That like a novel, once it's released, you can't take it back and rewrite the story. Because the world now sees for what it is. It's the same with wrestling. Once something is done, you can't change it. So they had a little chat. I don't know why Killer Kross is trying to get in Willie Mack when he should focus on his number one contention with Johnny Impact. Come on. And yes, there was two promos for the Deaners, and it said Giver. I'm like, what the heck is a Giver? It's like, I don't know, it's like Larry the Cable Guy's get her done, like, give her. That's what it said too. Country, squeaking voice like this, and he goes, give her. That's how it said it. So these two are going to be some redneck backyard bumpkins wrestlers, I guess. Yeah, they're going to be interesting enough. Now we have a tag team known as The North, featuring Ethan Paige and the debuting Josh Alexander versus a bunch of nobodies, apparently. And oddly enough, Josh Alexander wears wrestling headgear. See, that's him with Ethan Paige. They call themselves The North because they represent Canadian wrestling. So, look out for them. Because this guy is powerful. He actually did a power bomb while doing a backbreaker on his knee. He literally had his knee right here. This is his knee. And he power bombed right on it. And it's like, no one's ever did it so well. So he's definitely athletic. And they earned the win. For sure. Since they fought a bunch of, I guess, rookies or upcomers or something like that. Next, we will have Tessa Blanchard. I said Blanchard. Tessa Blanchard versus Madison Rayne, the Queen and 5-time knockout champion. Ultimately, the whole time you have Gail Kim commentating, keeping an eye on this match. And throughout the whole match, Tessa Blanchard would keep mocking and trying to taunt or get the attention of Gail Kim. And throughout the whole time, Gail Kim would say, you need to pay attention to your match. Words would be thrown during commentating that would actually state that Tessa Blanchard, both in her mind and the co-owner of Impact Wrestling right now, would state that Tessa Blanchard reminds her of a younger Gail Kim of herself, which is kind of scary. She's trying to do everything to make a name for herself. It would be interesting because she couldn't put away Madison Rayne, so Tessa Blanchard gets a steel chair and tries to use it. Ultimately, we know that's kind of throwing the match by disqualification. And in which case, it would be Gail Kim that interferes and grabs the chair, taking it away from her, and Madison Rayne gets her with the schoolgirl, or schoolboy, take your pick, and gets the win. Ultimately, Tessa Blanchard is blaming everyone, including Gail Kim and the commentators, saying that they had a hand in this for her interfering. Backstage would, let me see if I can skip to that. Yeah, they don't mention it. Backstage, Tessa Blanchard, yep, they don't mention it. She actually makes a comment saying that Gail Kim wants to get in her business. She's just a heel, an egotistical heel, want to blame everybody but herself. That's what she is. That's what she is. Yep. She would then say that if you want to get in my business, then I'll get in yours. I'm like, okay, what does that mean? Oh boy. We then have a promo of OVE Cam. Sami Callihan sends a message to Rick Swann. Although they didn't, they had fun making fun of it because they were in the streets of where Sami Callihan found Rick Swann back in the day, and they said, "What's that smell?" And you have the other two guys saying, "I don't know what that smell." And you said, "Fulton, is that you? Did you piss? Did you pee?" Fulton's looking at him like a beast, like, hey, don't look at me. Don't you look at me like that. Look at the camera. Look at the camera. Stop looking at me. Because he looks like he's going to jump up and like, Fulton, look at the camera. So he sends the message, and of course they say, everything, and all that. It would then be the match that, Fallah Ball in the back is looking for Scarlett Bordeaux to thank her for last week for helping him out against the Daisy Hit Squad. But he needs a match next week, so with a tag team partner. So Scarlett Bordeaux tells Fallah Ball that she's got his back and slaps him up the ass, and he's like, "Bah!" So we got a mixed tag team against the Daisy Hicks Squad. Only they don't got no girls on their side. She's fighting nothing but the men. The Spunk Show is fighting nothing but the men.
Here's what she needs to do. She needs to help Paul Law like this, help them win.
Yep. She's going to be in the match. We would then have the match that people were waiting for. What you got to say?
Because it's easy for her to fight a man because she's not in a women's caliber.
She look good in that dress though. A whole lot of side boob.
Hey, she likes to show what she got.
King of
puppies.
There you go. Say it again.
Puppies.
One more time.
Puppies.
I thought you said it louder.
Puppies.
There you go. Be like that. It'd be like freaking Black Eyed Peas. Louder. That was your cue.
Puppies.
Louder.
Puppies.
It would then be the match I was saying that everybody was waiting for, the mixed tag team match between Johnny Impact and his wife, the Knockouts champion, Taya Valkyrie, versus Brian Cage and Jordan Grace. Interesting enough, Johnny Impact has his wife enter the ring first, and Johnny is just hiding from Brian Cage the whole time until he gets in the ring and just thrown all over the place. And it'd be going back and forth, in which, you know they were going to cheat. They cheated. And cheated so hard because they had the ref in their pocket. The head official, I kid you not, that's his name.
Yeah, that's someone that Giant Impact knows.
Johnny Bravo, referee official. He cut the knee from behind of Brian Cage, ultimately helping Johnny Impact get the win and did a speed count. And then Cage tries to freaking strangle him, but gets low bowled by Taya Valkyrie from behind. And they are oh man, they are kissing, and he's trying to hug. Referee official Johnny Bravo is just hugging them and everything. And then they're thinking, wait a minute, that match, the 10 count. Yeah, Johnny Bravo, referee official, was in that match. They got to go back, I don't know how long. How many matches was Johnny Bravo in Impact's wrestling matches and Taya's? How far does this go? And that would end the night with that betrayal of knowing that a referee official, the head of referee official, would be in cahoots with Taya and Johnny. Damn. There you go. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, that will be the end of the show. We want to give a shout out to our boys Xavier Hill and Mike Henry. A link to their YouTube pages will be in the descriptions down below. Another shout out also to Rayne, Farrell, Andre, Chris Petrie, and Delvin, the remaining members of the Heaven Monsters podcast. I guess I'll mention that tomorrow. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. Hit the subscribe button if you like the content, and hit that notification bell for the next Heaven Monsters podcast tomorrow when we cover Raw, SmackDown, and 205 Live and NXT. Till then, peace out.
Peace.